Welcome to another episode of Ship War, my review of Big Miracle.
Shipper War. When ship happens, I'm there.
Prior to seeing this film, I knew very little about it aside from the fact it's about whales, based on true events, and Drew Barrymore's in it. Now, the reason why I went to go see it, I like whales, and I like Drew Barrymore. And of course, Drew Barrymore hardly ever disappoints when it comes to the film she's in, and I have to say, she hit it again with this film. As in hit, I mean, the movie's a hit, and I really liked it. Now, what I really enjoyed about this film is that it's a beautiful story that tells the story of not just whales, but humans themselves. You see humans from all kinds of different walks of life come together as one unit to save this family of whales just because they actually end up sympathizing with this family of whales and the situation that they're in. And it's just a really beautiful story to see humans kind of put their little petty nonsense to the side and stop being so selfish and always thinking about themselves and just thinking about other humans and start thinking about the other living creatures on this planet and that they do exist and they do have problems. Lending out a helping hand towards these creatures and helping them out in a very bad situation is not a terrible thing to ever do. Also, as a person who's into politics, you end up learning certain things about American history back in the 80s with a certain administration that kind of puts a really kind of bad taste in your mouth. I was like, did that really happen? Because that's just terrible if that's the reason why they did what they did. So those who are conservative, Republicans, Reagan supporters may end up being a little offended, just a tad little offended by this movie. Oh, I loved it. Now, in my last review, I stated something that may not be true because this movie ended up kind of debunking it, and that is that I'm heartless. Apparently, I'm not, because in this film, I ended up crying a lot more than I was expecting. Like, I was crying a little bit, and the woman sitting next to me actually offered me some tissues, because I guess she knew more than I did. And I was like, no, I don't need them. I'm cool. You know, I'm trying to be all, like, hard and stuff like that. It just kept going. Now for the romance in this movie. Yes, there's actually romance in this movie. There's a little triangle going on with Drew Barrymore's character, John Krasinski, and Kristen Bell. And it was a little fun little romance that went on, and then stuff happens. I'm not going to get too into it. I don't know how true it is to the actual true events of this whole story, or they just threw that in for the movie. I'm not exactly sure. But I really did enjoy it. I found it very funny and endearing, certain scenes between Drew and John and their little back and forth situation with each other. Very, very fun. I really did enjoy that. I kind of wish there was more to it because they had a history between each other prior to them meeting up with each other again because of what was taking place. And they didn't really, shine light about their previous relationship, during the movie, and I was kind of hoping for more of that. Ted Danson is in this movie. I forgot to mention that, but he's in this movie, and when I saw him, I was like, really? Because I haven't seen the guy in anything in so long, so when I saw him, appear in this film, I just got really excited. Also, another thing that I really got me going, because I thought it was freaking hilarious, is there a certain cameo towards the end of the film. If you're not into current events or into politics, you probably won't know who the person is. I just find this person to be completely hilarious, all for the wrong reasons. So when I saw them on my screen, I just busted out laughing, and I was like, that was just great. Like, this movie was just great all around. I just personally enjoyed it. So that is all for this episode of Ship War. Goodbye, and until next time.